Welcome back to Melody Guitar Book 3. This book focuses on reading and playing melodies in standard music notation. You can watch all these videos for free, but it's going to be a lot easier to learn if you have your own book that you can read from and write in. Plus you can help support a music teacher, so I'll leave a link in the description. We're on page 56. We have two melodies that include 16th notes, hammer-ons, and pull-offs. 1, 2, ready, play. At the top of page 56, we have number 122, the British Grenadiers. It's in 2/4 time. It's marked maestoso, majestically, quarter equals 84. We have one flat in the key signature. That's going to be B flat, so watch out for B flats in this one. And then when there's one flat in the key signature, that puts us in the key of F major. We begin with an 8th note pickup on a low C. That'll be counted 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1, 2 and a 1 and 2 E and a 1. Let's talk about some options we have here. At the beginning we have a C to an F, so you can just use your third finger, just kind of collapse it up and down as needed. Now on these 16th notes right here, this A to the B flat, remember that is a B flat because the time signature, you can optionally hammer from the A to the B flat if you don't want to pick. That's just your choice. So here's that line again, this time with that optional hammer-on. Second line sounds a whole lot like the first line. And again, you could hammer that A to the B flat if you like. At the end of the second line, we have two 16th notes. That's going to be counted 1, 2, and then going into the next line. And you could, if you like, hammer these as well. Or pick. Your choice. I'm going to start from that measure. So this is the last measure of the second line. 1, 2. So that was with the hammer-on. Now we just have some straight 16th notes here. 1 and 2, B flat. And then the last line is a whole lot like the first two lines. Or hammer-on. One, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. At the bottom of page 56, we have number 123. This is Turkey in the Straw. It's in 4/4 time. It's marked dance-like. It doesn't give you a specific tempo. The tempo for the playthrough was quarter equals 80, but if another tempo feels more dance-like to you, go ahead and set the metronome to that speed. There is one sharp in the key signature, F sharp. Remember, we take the last sharp in the row. In this case, it's the only sharp, and raise it a half step or 1 fret to find our key. We're on a G now. We are in the key of G major. This one begins with two 16th note pickups. That's going to be counted 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 1. So the rhythms here aren't too tricky. Most of it's just straight 16th notes, but we do have some hammer-ons. In the first full measure, we have a hammer-on from a D to an E. So that's going to be... So that little figure just involves the second finger. Then a hammer-on from a G to an A. Second line starts as the first line. This hammer-on here. Third line, 1 E and a 2, 1 E and a 2. Here I like to keep my first finger down on the C, because you're going back to it anyway. Notice we have an F sharp at the end of that third line, because we have an F sharp in the key signature. If you need to, just mark your F sharps in the music so you don't forget them. I'm going to begin at the second measure of that third line, keeping the C down. Hammer on. Now this next part is a little tricky. We have a pull-off from a D to a B, followed immediately by a hammer-on from G to an A. That pull-off there, especially when you're getting ready to do the hammer-on right after it, it's really easy to hit that first string. And what I like to do here is while the notes are on the second string, I'm using one of my fingers here to touch the first string, so it doesn't matter if I hit the first string with my left hand because I'm muting it with my right. So in this last little section, I can just keep my first finger, or one of my fingers, on that first string the whole time. Your assignment is to practice the British Grenadiers and Turkey in the Straw on page 56. As always, work on keeping a steady tempo by playing along with the video, or play to a metronome so you can choose your own tempo. And don't forget to order your own copy of Melody Guitar 3. The link is in the description. Take your time with this, and then when you're ready, I'll see you on page 57 for the Sailor's Hornpipe, which is the last 16th note melody in this section.